Guys, we're back with the Saber, and we had a very successful maiden of this brand new EDF from Arrows. It is pretty exceptional, really. It's a very great airplane. It was pieced together really quickly. I'm talking 10-15 minutes, and we had a few questions in the comments of our maiden flight, because as of right now, or at least when we had that maiden, we were the only people in the world to have a maiden of this airplane. Very proud of that too. And a lot of you wanted to know, can it be hand launched? Because not everybody has an asphalt space to fly. Some people only have really tall grass to fly in, and this would be a great candidate for that because it comes with the amazing flight stabilization. This is a plug-and-play airplane. It's everything you need to fly except for your battery and your receiver for right under $200, and it comes from an American-based mom-and-pop shop here in the States. So when you buy this plane or planes from this website, you're not only supporting us, but you're supporting families here in the States to keep these things in the air and fuel your hobby. So this will be linked in the description box below, and we absolutely loved that maiden flight. What we're going to do today, though, is take off these lock key fuel tanks to lighten it up just a little bit, reduce the air drag, and I'm going to do a quick flight from the ground, a ground takeoff, and then I'm actually going to leave those wheels on and try to do a hand launch. You guys know I'm one of the worst hand launchers on YouTube, so if I can pull it off, really anybody can. And a lot of credit will probably go to the flight stabilization software if it's able to be done. And some of you will probably want to lighten this and reduce drag even more by taking these landing gear off. They literally just pop off, and then the front one is held on with one little set screw. And you could take off that extra little metal extension piece there with the set screw on the back. You can probably see there. I'm not going to do that. I don't think it'll make that much of a difference, but if you're going to hand launch and belly land always, I would want to at least consider taking those off. And let's take a look before we launch. There's nothing really that could get snagged too bad under here, except maybe your servo arms, but they're leaning back pretty well. So I think this would be a great candidate to do belly landings on the grass and hand launch. We're going to find out in this video, but even if not, as is, this plane is absolutely amazing and super fun to fly. Enough talking, let's fly. So we're going to do a ground takeoff with this because it's actually been a little while since I've flown it or anything. Because of you guys, you helped us hit 300,000 subscribers, and we went to Disney World, and it was amazing. There's flaps off or all the way up, and the wind has picked up. I apologize, I thought it was going to be a nice calm day. We use a dead cat to help reduce the wind noise that you're hearing, but it doesn't eliminate all of it. So it's a little windier up here than what we're used to. We're going to try to find some other ways to work around the wind, but because of you guys, we hit 300,000 subscribers, and I want to thank all of you that have been watching our videos from day one, or if you're a new viewer, I sincerely thank you and God from the bottom of my heart to help us achieve that milestone of 300,000 subscribers. Family-friendly content over about 9 years, getting close to 10 years now on YouTube. Just having fun with RC toys. This is an amazing hobby, and without every single person watching, liking, commenting, and the help of my wife, not just help, but just the absolute backbone to the channel, and God, we couldn't have done what we have achieved. So a massive thanks to everybody. And the reason I'm flying this plane really briefly for about 2 or 3 minutes before we try the hand launch is I wanted to see how it flew without those fuel tanks and to knock my own personal rust off, because it's been, like I said, a week or so since I've flown anything. So it's flying really well. That's hands-free flight right there. I'm going into the bank. I want to kick that stabilization system off and just have a little bit of fun with it for about a minute. There it is, off. No drastic changes, so we can throw a nice low roll at it. We'll roll it this way and go to a climb. And do a Cuban 8. Let's go. Thing flies like it's on rails. And it actually, let's get a full throttle pass with the wind, and then we'll go into a landing, Abby, because there's less drag without those fuel tanks now. So I want to see how fast we can get it to go, because it felt a little bit slow with those fuel tanks on the maiden flights. Here we go, full throttle. Feels faster to me. Do you think? Yeah. Okay, so let's go full flaps right into this bank, and then we're going to bring it in for hopefully a smooth landing, and then we're going to try that hand launch that everybody wants to see. if this jet can do or not. So easing off on the juice, get it down in front of us here, and let's go. Pretty smooth landing. Very happy with that, very happy. I'm going to put a fresh battery in just so we have full power, because that's what most people would do on their takeoff. We're gonna leave the landing gear on and try for a hand launch. Wish me luck.
All right, if Nate can do this, anybody can do this. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's up. I got a little nervous there when it started coming toward us. All right, hand launch, success. First try too. He says he wants to try again. See if he can work the kinks out. I don't think he had enough power when he threw it. Yeah, he said he had the power. Not the strength behind the throw. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Whew. I lost you. All right, try again. It's like a game of fetch.
I want to go half flat on this. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Jeez. All right.
I think it's because of the position I'm holding it behind the wings.
Yeah.
Is not the best place to launch.
Sure.
You really want to hold it under the wings.
Yeah, there's nowhere to hold it.
Right.
It's like you would need to install a little tab under there to launch it. Okay. Half flaps, he said. Yep. Oh boy. Oh boy. It kicks to the left every time. There has to be a way you can launch with your right hand. Oh, I lost you. You went so high. There you are. Well, good job. You did it twice.
I did it twice with the same results both times, so I think there's probably a way to correct that funkiness it was doing, but it's very doable. Could be overpowered. I was full throttle when I did the hand launch. It might have been too much power. But also I think the reason it kind of went wonky on the launch is because of the way I was throwing it. I think it could be corrected with a little bit of right or left input from my arm when I do throw it. Let's do some rudder on this, see how that works. Zero throttle, hammerhead down, dive, pull up. And I think it's because I'm throwing it behind the wing. So the force of my arm is kind of not perfect, and it's not pushing the plane in the exact direction it wants to go. So it just kind of makes it fly sideways for a second until the airplane takes over.
Oh my goodness, this one is so hard to film.
Well, it's easy to see.
Easy to see in real life, but on the camera, holy moly. There you are.
Could just be the overcast day.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little silver airplane. And I don't know, the bright yellow does help, doesn't it? I like that bright yellow stripe on it. I've actually gotten like a little piece of dust or something in my left eye, and I'm now squinting. So I'm flying with one eye now.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, but I'm okay. That's like a 40% throttle pass. This thing is really cool. So it's hand launchable, it's belly landable, we know that, and it flies off the asphalt extremely well. And if the grass was short enough, this would be a really, really good grass field takeoff and landing airplane. If you have a crew like at our old airfield that they mow more than they fly, then you would be able to fly this off the short grass. But you probably would need some pretty short grass for that success. But you know what, for an airplane that's under $200, basically right at $200, it's completely plug and play. You just need your own receiver, your own battery. This thing is just awesome, absolutely awesome. You have the options of flying with or without those fuel tanks. They snap on and off very easily. It's very maneuverable. Look at that. That was with rudder. Those barrel rolls extremely tight. And let's see, I don't know if I've tried to snap this yet, but after doing that I feel like it could snap pretty well. So full throttle into a climb and a snap. That's pretty good. That's pretty fun for an EDF. It'll kick our auto level back on in case we get disoriented out there, and save it. It does nice low throttle, fairly good slow passes. There it is without flaps. Stall tendencies on this thing are amazing. If you can hand launch an airplane, generally speaking, it's going to have pretty good stall tendencies. And Abby, this is one you really need to fly. I'll say the next time it shows up on the channel, it needs to be you flying it. It's very easy to fly.
My history with Arrows planes is not a good one.
I know, but trust me, with the stabilization, this is just hands-free pass. It is actually climbing just a hair. I've been... You're
pushing your battery life, I think, we'll now, just so you know.
Put full flaps on and bring it in for a landing. So we'll go full flaps now. And you notice there was no nasty climb when I hit those full flaps. It was really nice. Just a home run of an airplane. If you're looking for a nice small EDF that'll fit. Uh-oh, I stalled out. I did a wingtip stall with my full flaps on. Let's hope that was just the canopy that popped off. But that was a wingtip stall. Oh my god.
Nathan Saylor. Wow. Didn't even see that coming.
Well, that was 100% my fault. It was a wingtip stall because I had the flaps at full and I came in at pretty low throttle. I tried to throttle up out of it, but it just spiraled down and not enough lift and not enough speed. So the only damage from that is the canopy popped off. I'm not surprised. And the front nose wheel is bent back pretty far. But what's funny is steering servo is still fine. Nice. And that is very rare.
That's impressive.
Normally those puppies will get stripped out on something that bad. So Abby, you know the rule. Now that it's been crashed, you'll gladly fly it, right?
Yeah.
That's really...
Was that your plan all along, right?
That was really the whole reason I did that.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm very curious to see if it will actually take off like that. So before the video ends...
You're gonna kill your battery. Do it.
We all want to see it, right?
Go.
I have a third battery.
Oh, you do?
Let's go.
Oh, gosh.
So off camera, I actually taxied this around quite a bit to know that we were good and safe. It does look kind of goofy with that wheel bent backwards like that. And what I'll do when I get home is just take some nice pliers, or probably by hand, just pull that back up so I have a little bit more clearance. It does look just a little bit silly, but it is functioning. So we're gonna make sure we're still flight worthy here and everything checked out on ground. But I do wanna say, I'm glad to have AMA whenever I crash my plane. It's the Academy of Model Aeronautics. And on takeoff, let's see if this thing actually flies. Might steer a little funny, but we're up.
Took a little while longer to go.
No, I was easing it.
Oh,
just wanted to make sure we were nice and safe. Everything feels pretty good. We'll go nice and half throttle. We don't want to push too hard after a crash. Just make sure it feels right. And be glad that we have AMA, the Academy of Model Aeronautics, which is an insurance program that we have linked in the description box below, right next to where you can buy this airplane. Basically, if you haven't heard us talk about it on our channel before, it's just a really nice peace of mind company to have in your pocket when you're flying your RC planes. You never know when an incident is going to happen where you have a wingtip stall that you definitely didn't expect and somebody's car was parked right below you, or maybe just their airplane. You never know. Somebody could be there, wrong place, wrong time, and get hurt, God forbid, and that is where the Academy of Model Aeronautics comes in handy. So we'll have them linked down below. Guys, it looks like the airplane is in great shape.
Let's see how it lands.
Okay. Let's, I looked away for half a second at my radio, so let's climb a little bit so that when I do look away, I can pull my flaps down if I need to. What I will tell you guys, and I should have known, is to take my bank first, which is what I'm doing, and how to avoid that with some throttle. And then as I'm level over the runway, I add flaps.
Well, you added flaps in your bank?
I added flaps right before my bank because my confidence was higher than my knowledge. And here we go. Still lands, and now that front wheel is down, so that was a nice landing. That was a little crack in the asphalt.
I can't take the bumps anymore.
Otherwise, it was a nice smooth landing. And we're back in one piece. I'll bend that landing gear back, and Abby, you can fly it next. Guys, I want to say a massive thanks to God for getting us out here, having a good time flying today, and a big thanks to our Patreon supporters for backing our channel through the years. I want to say a huge thanks for that 300,000 subscriber mark too. We couldn't have done it without you. A massive thanks to everyone supporting our channel and God, and we'll have another great video of this jet, our maiden flight, popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye.